Dead Island were a zombie, it would be somewhere between the lethargic drooling of Romero's Shufflers and the flaming sprinters of Danny Boyle's classic 28 Days Later. But what exactly does that mean for Dead Island? Well, you're going to have to stick around to find out as we roll out a blood-soaked review. Set on the fictional island of Banoi amidst the delights of the Tropical Palms Resort, Dead Island kicks off in style when a heavy night of drinking turns into the world's worst hangover. You wake up as your choice of one of Dead Island's 4 playable characters, only to discover the unfortunate series of events that have transpired while you slept off last night. Quickly picked up by a small rescue patrol, the story soon becomes all about survival for you and your fellow holidaymakers. Unfortunately, despite a strong opener, Dead Island's story isn't really worth writing home about. It's a stiff, unexciting affair that squanders its original intriguing concept and haunting setup. A crying shame when the playground oozes such style and atmosphere. Eschewing the linearity of other first-person shooters, Dead Island throws you straight into an open world ripe for the exploring. The variety of locales is refreshing, with the sun-streaked Palms Resort making for a unique environment in which to fight the living dead. While the lush beach locations soon give way to dingy city streets and oppressive jungles, the variety of areas to explore constantly engages you to venture further into the unknown. And the island of Banoi is a harsh and unforgiving place. With the degrading weapons, DIY healthcare, and a never-ending supply of the undead, you always feel like you're on the edge of survival. It's good then that Dead Island has a solid combat system to fall back onto. For at least the first half of the game, you are forced to improvise when it comes to defending yourself. This results in a melee combat system based around broomsticks, oar paddles, and wooden planks before upgrading to machetes, military-grade knives, and deadly maces. First-person melee combat has always been a tough system to control, but Dead Island has perfected it. Kills are satisfying and gratuitously violent affairs, with limbs breaking and separating left, right, and center. Nothing like a good decapitation. Complementing the brawn of Dead Island's melee combat system is the brains of its engaging quests. Not including the multitude of main story goals, there are hundreds of side quests for you to sink your teeth into. While most of these can be broken down into either fetch or siege, the variety of the main story missions is enough to propel you forward. Whether it's the potential for more destructive weaponry, a morbid curiosity into the genesis of the undead, or a desire to find an accent that resembles any of those on our planet, Dead Island's quests are compellingly addictive. While you're questing your merry way around Banoi, you'll be leveling up and gaining experience points. And it's these role-playing mechanics that give what could otherwise have been an entirely shallow experience a purpose. The RPG mechanics are dense and engrossing, with the skill tree providing much in the way of customizable character abilities. Whichever character you choose, whether it be firearms expert Perna or heavy hitter Sam B, the skill tree allows you to upgrade your survival prospects, combat options, and fury attacks to suit your strengths. It may be a minor point, but it's well worth mentioning. Dead Island has some of the most fantastic sound design of any game in recent memory. Survivors scream agonizingly for help, zombie thugs emit blood-curdling screams, and the wind rustles through empty resort bungalows. Environments that once teemed with life and color are rendered bleak, terrifying, and isolated, all because of the sumptuous sound design. Dead Island is a mixture of gameplay styles that doesn't always gel. Combining dense, deliberately paced exploration and deep RPG mechanics with fast and frenetic combat, Dead Island is simultaneously ambitious and flawed. But despite a weak story and repetitive gameplay, it is consistently engaging. So, it doesn't reinvent the wheel, it just adds zombies instead.